Tovshin Chavdalet was the last year that the Rebbe taught the new Niggunim. And this is how it happened. We know that the Rebbe would teach the Niggunim on Simchas morning after he finished his Sudas Yontef in the apartment of the Frierdiker Rebbe, which came after Hakofes, which came after the Farbrengen. And really, when the Rebbe taught the new Niggunim, he didn't come down again after the meal to teach the new Niggunim Be'etzem. He came down to give out mashke, distribute mashke to people who accepted upon themselves a heisofa in Limud Chassidus. A heisofa, in addition, that this year they're going to learn more Chassidus. And while the Rebbe was distributing the mashke, he would also teach a new Niggunim at the time. So Tovshim Chodala, when the Rebbe came down after the meal upstairs, which was early, very late in the night, early morning already, and the Rebbe came down and he looked around and he saw the line that formed to get the mashke. So the Rebbe said that the whole idea of giving out the mashke is only for those who take a hisofa and learning chassidus. So therefore, and he saw that in the line there were also children. So he said, I see that there are people here that were not accepting the hisofa. There are children there too. So I'm announcing again that I'm saying that this is only for those who kept their promise from last year and accept upon themselves to have a hisofa this year, but not for other people. And the Rebbe said, unfortunately, it became like koshel. He didn't say the word, I don't think he said the word koshel bracha, but it became that this is like distributing mashke to everybody. And you saw that the Rebbe was upset for what happened. And the Rebbe started giving out the mashke, and the line was moving. And during the giving of the mashke, the Rebbe taught the new Niggunim. The new Niggunim was Kiona Amecho. Years earlier, he taught another Kiona Amecho, but now he taught the second Kiona Amecho. And he said that even though we already taught a Niggunim of Kiona Amecho, but this is another Niggunim, and he explained that the other one was connected to Avedis HaTzadikim, but this one is connected to Avedis HaBalei Tshuva. And he said that's why the Niggunim is a Niggunim that shows akshonis, shows like stubbornness. Because when you sing the Niggunim, Kio nu Amecho, it shows stubbornness, it's inyan of a Baal Tshuva. And the Rebbe asked, I don't remember who, Rabbi Yael or Moshe Talishevsky, to say or sing over the Niggunim like he always did. And he was continuing to give out the mashke. But he looked around and he saw that nothing changed. There were still children in the line, and no one basically did anything, and he expected someone to do something. So the Rebbe said, didn't we make up that only people who take a sof and chassidus should stand in line, should accept mashke? And I see it's not like that. So therefore the Rebbe said, I am stopping in 15 minutes. He looked at the clock, and the clock was 1:45, and I don't remember if it was 6:45 or 6:45. And the Rebbe said, in 15 minutes, I'm going to stop. And then the Rebbe added, und jetzt wird man sehen, was wird sein mit die, was warten allemal bis ins Sof. Now we'll see. He said a lotion, jetzt wird man sehen, was wird sein mit die alle Chachomim, was warten bis allemal bis ins Sof. What will be those smart Alex that always wait till the end? Which means, by Koshel Brocha, there were people that waited till the end, and then they would run over to the Rebbe. It looks like the Rebbe was annoyed. So he said these words, und jetzt wird man sehen, was wird sein mit die Chachomim, was warten allemal bis ins Sof. And the Rebbe Taka stopped in 50 minutes when it became, I don't remember, 6 or 7 o'clock. The Rebbe stopped and he didn't give any more mashke. Even though there was a long line, the Rebbe stopped and he didn't give any more. But the Rebbe said that next year, whether there is going to be a new Niggunim is hen or the lav, maybe yes, maybe not, he doesn't know. And because of that, he's going to teach another Niggunim this year. And he's going to teach a march, which Yechiel the Chazan used to sing by the Rebbe Rashab in Rostov, and he would put it to the words, Hu Elokeinu in Keser. And the Rebbe started teaching the Niggunim Hu Elokeinu, which was a Niggunim that many people knew, but the Rebbe started putting it into the words of Hu Elokeinu in Keser. And the Rebbe in middle said, stopped, and he said, I don't remember by heart. He took the Siddur, and he opened up the Siddur and tried to put the Niggunim into the words of Keser. And while he's trying to put it in order it should fit to the words, that's where the ayayay came. So he said, he's saying it with the ayayay because he tried to put it in the words, and everyone, the Rebbe asked to sing over, and everyone sang, but the Rebbe didn't continue giving any more mashke. And when he finished, I think the Rebbe said it's time to go get ready for davening, and the Rebbe left. The seder was that Yom Simchas the Rebbe would ask to repeat the Niggunim. So the Niggunim that the Rebbe taught the night before, or early in the morning, the next night by the Farbrengen, by Yom Simchas the Rebbe would ask to repeat the Niggunim. Sometimes he would sing the Niggunim himself over and just ask the Niggunim. So this time, on Tovshin Chavdalet, when the Rebbe taught the second Niggunim, Hu Elokeinu, so Yom Simchas in the beginning of the Farbrengen, so they were singing the Niggunim without the words. the Rebbe said that you should sing it with the word. He said that Yichil the Chazan, you should sing it in Keser, by the Rebbe Rasha, by the Friedrich Rebbe, and the main thing are the words, so you should try to sing it with the words. And then the Rebbe asked Rav Moshe Tolashevsky to sing the Niggun. Now, Rav Moshe Tolashevsky already had time to put the words, the Niggun, into the words that should fit properly into the words, so he's saying it without the ayayay, because he already fitted it in. And then when he finished singing by himself, and the Rebbe made that everyone else should also sing, so everyone was singing with the ayayay. So the Rebbe turns around to him and he says, Farvos, singt nit wie sie singen? Why don't you sing with the ayayay? Which is interesting to note. It seemed, we don't know for sure, it seemed that when the Rebbe sang it the night before with the ayayay, it wasn't planned. It just came out because he tried to fit it into words. That's what it seems, kiviyochel, in Ein the Bosser, that's what it seems to us. And nevertheless, because by the Rebbe it came out like that, that is how it's supposed to be, and that's when the Rebbe said to sing it with the ayayay. And that's from then on, we always sing it with the ayayay. Now, when the Rebbe himself would daven for the Omid, most times he didn't sing the ayayay. And the reason is probably because when the Rebbe davened for the Omid and Kedusha Keser was in the middle of Chazoras HaShatz, now Chazoras HaShatz is Shemon Esrei. So basically the Rebbe is standing Shemon Esrei. In Shemon Esrei, you can't say ayayay. Regular Keser, it's not Shemon Esrei, just we say Keser when the Chazan holds there. But when you're standing Shemon Esrei, you probably have to avoid saying this. I'm just saying a svara, maybe, and that's why the Rebbe Bechal didn't say the ayayay. When the Rebbe taught the Niggun Elokeinu, whether it was the night that he taught it that morning on, after Hakofes, after the meal, or it was the second night when he spoke about the Niggun, or they sang the Niggun over, I don't remember when it was, but this is what the Rebbe said. Chal, when they sang the Niggun, when they came to the words Hengo Alti Eschem, that fall till Achris Kivreish Li Eslochem Leilekim was repeated twice. Hengo Alti Eschem Achris Kivreish Li Eslochem Leilekim. You repeat it again, and afterwards goes a fall without words. Ay 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 ay. So the Leibel Hengo Alti Eschem saying twice. That's if it's not done by Keser. If it's done stam when you sing it by Fabrengen, and that's how they sing it. So the Rebbe said at one of the time he said that we should not repeat the fall Hengo Alti Eschem, singing it twice. Why? Because since when we say the Niggun, we sing the Niggun by Keser, we cannot repeat it. So we stop as soon as we finish Achritz Kivreish Li Eslochem Leilekim. And when we stop there, we will not sing that other part which doesn't have words, because you're used to saying that part only after the second time Hengo Alti. And since we cannot say the second time, because it's in the middle of Keser, so B'meile we will not say afterwards the part, would not sing afterwards the part which doesn't have the words, which is just ay, 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 ay. So therefore the Rebbe said that the way it should be done is that Hengo Alti Eschem, even regularly when you sing, should only be sung once. And b'meila, when you say in Keser, it'll be the same way. And just like by regular singing, after the Achretz Kivreish Li Eslochem Leilekim goes without words, by Keser we should also sing without words. But if we're going to say it twice, then when it comes to Keser, we won't be able to say it the second time. So we'll stop after the first, and b'meila will stop. And that's exactly what we do. So Leibel, even though the Rebbe said it, then afterwards the people still, because didn't chap or whatever, still continue singing it twice. And that's it, and the Rebbe never changed. By the Rebbe we know that if he said something and it just didn't catch on, that's it, he didn't, and that's it, he never repeated it again. In many other things we have dugmois. So here also, the Rebbe said it, but it's nicht gehabt, and the people were singing the Hengo Alti Eschem twice, and b'meila by Chazoras HaShatz, by Keser, the Niggun gets cut off, and we do not sing the at the end, and that's it, and that's what happened. This is the way I remember clearly that that's what the Rebbe said, but I spoke to many people, they don't remember, even close then, there's no one chaptuf, no one remember, I can't say nobody, but this is in my mind a clear thing. I remember the Rebbe said it, but it's nicht neskabel geworden for some reason, and the Rebbe left it, and that's how it is, ad hayem hazeh. From then on, there was no more Niggun, the Rebbe didn't sing anymore a new Niggun, and when it came, Tovshin Chof Hei, after Hakofes, the night of Simchas Torah, the Rebbe said, after Hakofes, he said, Azevi migeret farayon, like I said last year, that this year there will not be a Niggun, and therefore Zalmazingen the Niggun farayon, and the Rebbe started Hu Elokeinu and walked out, and that's how Hakofes finished, and that's since then there was never a new Niggun Simchas Torah again.